All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be jumping into the top prop bets that we have today. And guys, it's a crazy day today. We got NFL, we got college football playoffs, we got a massive college basketball slate where we are getting some very good prop bets. And then we also will have the NBA later on today with a big slate there as well. So we're going to have lots of good prop bets today. Going to be a pretty high volume day betting wise. But let's go ahead and touch on the top prop bets currently. We'll jump into that right now. Now, real quickly, I do want to get into a recap from yesterday's Flex Friday slip. A little bit unlucky in the sense that Dort got his over fantasy score on a fluke play. Okay, Jimmy Butler gets injured on the play and gives up on the play. Thus, Dort gets a steal, 3 points, and then he gets a dunk, 2 points. So a 5-point play on a fluke play where Jimmy Butler just gets injured. That was annoying. Now, this is a bet that ended up dropping on the 9-to-5 cheat sheet to about a 52% likelihood to hit. And then they actually bumped it up to 21.5. to the point where it actually ended up hitting. It was a weird day with Dort. Another one here, guys, with Jeremiah Love. If you guys were following that game, he had one massive play. One play. That's it. And I know it's like he still made the play, right? Like that's part of football. Massive plays happen. But the fact that he didn't do anything other than that, like that was a 15-point play. And the rest of and it was in the first quarter, like the first drive. The rest of the game, 5 points. That was just annoying. And if he doesn't score the touchdown there, that was tilting there. That one was as well. Especially as the game progressed where it looked like he could still hit, even though he had that long 90-yard touchdown. Like, Indiana, make a tackle, too. There's some poor pursuit angles on it. That was annoying. And then this one as well, guys. This one was annoying because PrizePicks ended up bumping this one to 26.5, okay, to the point where it did pop up as a good under, but at that point. But he was crushing. He played 24 minutes. So it's the game was a 10-point spread. Yes, we knew that there was a potential for a blowout, but he didn't play basically halfway into the third quarter until the end of the game. He played 24 minutes. And so, like, a little bit tilted in that sense, for sure. Now, you could argue, yeah, maybe Mobley doesn't hit as much, maybe. Like, if the game ends up being close and they both get extra run, potentially. All right, guys, but let's go ahead and get into the top prop bets that we currently have today. So we are still getting those good under fantasy score prop bets for Dylan Sampson. Jenkins, that's a good one still. Cade Klubnik, his percent likelihood to hit has actually went down slightly, but we are still seeing that prop line difference between PrizePicks and Underdog, so still a good kind of edge there. And then Kevin Jennings as well. That's another pretty solid bet. Now, Kevin Jennings has been someone that's been playing some pretty good football lately. A little bit worried that, Vegas could just be wrong about this one with him, but we are getting plenty of good prop bets here. Like, the issue with a couple of the college basketball prop bets that we're getting that are like EV bets right now, I think it's worth calling out. Like Zach Hicks, we can see his under points and rebounds at 15.5 is seemingly a good bet, but the projection data likes the over there. And then same thing with Hadley here, where we're being told to bet the over via Vegas lines, but the projection data only gives him 7.2. So a little bit annoying there, but I want to go ahead and jump on into some of the college basketball prop bets that we are currently getting. I probably will do a separate NBA video once we get some fantasy score bets in there. And so, yeah, let's get into college basketball. So, guys, first one is going to be Brooks here for over his fantasy score. One, the projection data is really giving him the over here. I don't know if I necessarily would agree with that, but you also see that the average sportsbook line closer to 47 as well. So, and this number has went up as it's progressed throughout this morning. And so we look at it, guys. We see that he has been someone that has had a high point total, and we don't see that much variance in this, which I kind of like to see. I like to see someone that's been consistently getting to around this line. That tells me that the data is going to be much more accurate, if that makes sense, in terms of reliability on it. And so that's one I'm happy to get to. I wish we were getting an underdog line to be able to compare it against, like we will for some of these other bets, like PJ Haggerty as well, guys, for his over fantasy score. Not a big edge, but enough, right? So the PrizePicks line is at 35.5. The average sportsbook line would have it closer to 39. The projection day is much more in line with the underdog line there at 36.5 or so. And so we are getting a slight edge here. And so we look at him. He has been consistently getting this over here as well. So does feel like we are truly getting a decent edge there with this one. Another one that's popping up is going to be Dylan Harper. Again, I kind of wish we could compare it against some underdog lines, but we don't have that just yet. But I think it's pretty solid. I mean, the average sportsbook line 36. The projection data, though, however, 33. So there's a little bit of concern there. Don't mind that. And then one that's popping up as a better bet on Underdog, this is going to be on the bet of the day for Underdog, is going to be Cooper Flagg to get over his fantasy score. Again, just kind of looking at it, we see the PrizePicks line is one higher than the Underdog line, 1.5 almost higher than the Underdog line. So that's pretty solid. And so the projection data average sportsbook line much more in line maybe with the PrizePicks line. So that tells us that on Underdog, we probably should be chasing this over bet. And so we look at him. Yeah, he has been a little bit hit or miss. Okay. As long as this game isn't too much of a blowout, we should be good to go. And then guys, I do want to touch on just some, decent prop line differences that we are currently getting. So we got Hunter Salas as well for his fantasy score. This is one that I typically like to attack. I wish the data liked it a little bit more, but I think college basketball wise, if you guys are just trying to get some action in on that, it's a good over bet. Okay. We see the Underdog line, the projection line, the average sportsbook line, all telling us to bet the over there as well. So I actually like that one a decent amount. And then from there, not as much. I do want to call it like David Joplin for his points. We are seeing a prop line difference here. Okay, by 1. The projection data likes the over here as well, so maybe there's something there for us. And then real quickly, let's go ahead and get into some underdog bets. Again, going to be actually not as good of a day as I thought it would, but we are getting plenty of bets that are like a 54% likely to hit. I actually just thought we would have, when I saw how many sports were going on, I thought we would just have a lot of massive, really good EV bets. We're getting like John Kins for under his fantasy score. That one's been there forever. Hopefully it ends up hitting. And then Cooper Flag about 54.7. We have a bunch of that are like at 54. And again, I just thought we would have bigger edges, like a lot of 55% lines, just with how many prop bets are going to be available. And that'll probably happen throughout the day, but definitely an interesting day there. And so with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into the bets of the day for this video. But first, just to remind you guys of the promo code that's currently going on the website. Use promo code Keep Cashing at 20% off your first 95-month membership. Guys, take advantage of that. Best value out there for props betting. Make some better educated bets. All right, guys, so going ahead and jumping into the 95 bet of the day here for PrizePicks, we are going to be using a lot of those college prop bets that we have today because those are currently the best edges. Let's hope that those end up hitting here. I know they're all fantasy score prop bets, but hey, those are the edges. And again, these typically don't change, which is kind of the nice part about giving them out to you guys. And then for Underdog, we are going to be taking advantage of some of those EV bets that we're currently getting, those pure EV bets. Nice to see. Got some assist prop bets for NFL, which is nice. Dynamic Brown for over his receptions. I don't know. I don't exactly like that. Actually, I don't know if you guys saw the Deontay Johnson news. He got released from Baltimore. In my head, I'm like, Washington should actually make a play for him. I think that would just be like an instant upgrade for that team receiver-wise. Because you look at someone like Brown, Deontay Johnson's clearly better than him. But wouldn't it be crazy for like the Chiefs to get Hollywood Brown back, which they're getting this week? They still have DeAndre Hopkins, who in the playoffs will play more snaps. I think he's playing about 50%. But just think if they got Deontay Johnson. I mean, that would be crazy. And so, like, I feel like the Steelers should kind of play defense and just pick up Deontay Johnson back. That'd be pretty funny. But looking at, guys, Cooper Flag, again, betting that over for Flag. That's a seemingly good bet on the day today. A little bit better on Underdog than on PrizePicks. And then just chasing some of those bets that we were already running out. Nico Emiliava, he is someone that has struggled in more difficult matchups, although in the past couple of games he's really went off. But again, more difficult matchup, obviously, today against Ohio State. So kind of expecting him to struggle. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Be on the lookout for the NBA video. I'll be doing a deep dive of all my favorite bets there probably in a few hours here. Thanks for watching, guys. Give a like, subscribe to the channel. That's all. Good luck, and as always, let's keep cashing.